I'm sorry. I gotta take a couple breaths here. No one has ever touched the base of my tail, and it's a very different experience than I'm used to.
Was that, like, violating?
No, but I feel like if I didn't think you were cute, it might.
Wait.
Ooh.
I immediately pick him back up.
Reed, you mind if I ask you a couple questions? First off, nice jacket, love it.
Really? No one likes Three Musketeers. You kind of imagine a rain-soaked Miss Missy clutching the parcel to her chest, walking gingerly in between two sleeping raccoons, and with a graceful hand, plucking the rook from the parcel, grasping it tight, and dropping the rest of it into the sewer, and walking away. Well, if you want to talk to the rats, I could always take you to the bar. Well, from your vantage point just coming into the bar, it kind of just looks like small, black, fuzzy mound. That is a mole. Whatever that is a mole.
He's like, what's your name, pal?
Ted?
Your whole family's down here?
Yep.
Where's your family live? Where are they hanging out these days?
They live in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls!
The moles are in the goddamn walls!
But what was going on with our fun little raccoon friend Chewy? We enter Chewy's slumbering mindscape. What does Chewy tend to dream about more often than not? Cooking? Oh, I am not surprised. Is your dream space the restaurant or is it just the kitchen?
It is a restaurant, but it is whatever he needs at the time. It's not his restaurant, it's not a restaurant he's aware of, it's just like any piece of restaurant he needs at like in the moment, he has it. It's there in his dream.
Okay, so it's like a nebulous void where appliances appear and disappear at will.
Sorry, I got just distracted by people being noisy outside.
No, that's cool. So your dream space is
like a cat.
You live in an MC Escher kitchen in your dream space, and wherever you turn, whatever appliance you need is just there. What are you making in your dream space?
He's sick, so I feel like he's probably making soup.
Ah, hell yeah! You got the chicken broth. You're dicing up the carrots and tomatoes. You got pasta boiling in a separate pot. You got that salt going in just nice.
Better idea.
Oh?
Not only does his kitchen have all of these cool aspects to it where he could just like have things, but the things that he has access to are as if they were human. Like human ingredients, like the stuff that a human would use in a cooking show because he's seen them on TV. Or like he'll have like a human level cooking stove instead of whatever the animals are using.
Chef Chewy, cooking dream god.
I legitimately thought that when this whole thing started talking about your dreamscape, that Chewy was just playing Cooking Mama. Like,
yeah, like old
you just keep giving him tasks to complete that are cooking related.
Stir the pot.
His Wii brain song going on all the time is because like he has like a Wii cooking style game.
Yeah. Chewy, you turn and realize that you don't remember having like a serving window, but hey, now your dream space has a serving window, and there's a couple tickets there.
Well, I've never had customers in this kitchen before, huh?
Yeah, and so on each of these tickets, it just says sugar, written like 5 times in like scribbly like black handwriting. It's like a really angry waitress wrote sugar 5 times on each ticket. And so you've just got this serving wheel of just tickets that just say sugar, 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 sugar. And so what do you do as you glance over at the serving wheel and see these bizarre orders?
I don't think I know how to make that. Where would I get it in a dream situation?
I mean,
I guess I would just have it.
It would just be there.
Have a jar of sugar?
It would just be this
Sugar.
it'd be this enormous mason jar with the silver lid that comes right off, and a little server
some
scooper.
ramekins, baby.
Of course, everything that Chewie makes has to be like more complicated.
A little
than it
more
needs to be.
complicated. Yeah.
So he's
He's
making
doing brown sugar for sure.
like
molasses.
sugar cocktails.
Okay.
Like take like brown sugar and white sugar.
So just
Yeah,
sugar.
you brown sugar and white sugar, and sort of
Caramel.
like have the two fade into each other, but like start out as like solid colors. That kind of cocktail.
Yeah.
So like
and
think
a
of
little
like a sugary
Picturing,
mocktail.
and like a little like sour candy rim going on.
Yeah.
You take the caramelizing torch and
And then-
like, burn the sugar so it actually becomes caramel on top.
And you just have like a stick of rock, like
Stick of rock candy. Heck yeah. I was thinking
like,
one of
like,
those.
stick out of it.
I don't know what
A
it's called,
dash of simple syrup.
but it's like it's like one of those candy fruit wedges, and you stick that on the rim also.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You serve that up. You place it right there on the serving window. Do you go back to your soup, or do you wait to see who picks up the order?
I'm definitely curious. I want to know who my customers are.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing prep work, but you're now
Yeah.
facing the serving window, and a Chewy-sized ant with a little paper
Ugh.
serving hat, like a little there's a term for this, but it's a little rude. But it's like one of those little sailor paper hats that like old-timey drive-in waitresses would wear. And they've got like a little poofy short sleeve little server outfit, and they take the cocktails and the four hands that they can use that they're not using to walk on. They snap their pincers twice, and then they take it away.
Interesting. And then I go back to my soup.
Go back to your soup. Chop, 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 chop.
That's weird. It's usually beetles in my dream kitchen.
Or just various like city insects
Just bumblebees that usually order sugar.
or wasps.
You keep getting orders for sugar, and ants continue to pick them up and take them away.
Okay. I guess I'll just keep giving sugar. This is the dream. I gotta keep cooking.
Yeah, it's gotta keep you in like the small moments of silence in between steps. You think from like outside in like the quote unquote serving area, you can hear like a slight chant of sweet, 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 like ringing out through that little area. But if you don't want to investigate any further, I can go and deal with these other three Nimrods.
I'm just happy that they love me, and then I keep making my soup.
Heck yeah.
Given the choice, Chewie would never wake up.
Okay. So you guys wake up in the rat's house, the house of Moss Mold, Ficus, Reed, and Fern. And I'm gonna need you, each of you who did any drinking of excess of 3 drinks, to make a cunning or might check, depending on what you want to do in order to stave off some kind of hangover.
What if you're an alcoholic?
I guess you get disadvantage or advantage. I don't know how alcoholism works.
Technically it makes it, like, harder to affect you, but your organs are damaged enough that it would hurt you more? Question mark?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like,
I
what
don't know.
happens if
Again, I
Sam
don't know
drinks
how
so heavily
alcoholism
already?
works. No,
Yep, you are muted.
Noodle is muted. Yes.
Yeah, the answer is to pretend not to care about it and just roll your dice. Like you did. Sometimes that's the answer.
I can roll cunning, which was one of the options.
Yep.
I
Cunning
had
and
the
might.
effects of alcohol on display in front of me, so I don't think I drank anything last night.
An 11.
An 11.
It's- I
you're
don't
good.
think he's ever gonna fail an alcoholism check.
You're good. Sam.
Yeah.
You're good.
Sam's already been awake.
Sam, you're great. You've managed to make some kind of some kind of coffee approximate from the
I'm
very.
picturing him a little too chipper, like you're just walking by, like early bird gets the worm. Like,
Come on, Ronnie. Rise,
He doesn't have.
rise and shine, Ronnie.
He doesn't have a mug, but that's definitely what his thermos says.
that was the last bird joke I had. I hope you all enjoyed it. I ran out
Oh
of bird
yeah. So what's on the itinerary for our 3 little sleuths here?
puns. What, as is often the test, I make sure that Chewie's still alive.
Chewie is in fact still alive and covered in ants.
Okay. Step 2, as has been every day, I think I just start grabbing the ants and eating them.
Yeah, it's breakfast. It's protein. High protein
Breakfast.
breakfast.
Possums eat ants. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're insectivores.
And Crit can't argue with me because he's muted, so I can just say it's you and me customers.
Yes, let's have some breakfast.
You guys have breakfast over Chewie's sleeping body,
Yeah.
As we often do.
as it is tradition.
What just popped in my head was one of those like sushi dinners where they eat it over a naked woman.
Oh my god, yes!
It's just Chewie.
That is kind of like that in a weird way.
Chewie covered in ants, or just
It is-
lightly picking off ants off his body.
It is a fascinating looking experience. I can't imagine, but like I've seen it, and I'm like mildly like intrigued, but like.
And I just want to be extra clear that Chewie is still wearing clothes.
Absolutely.
I'm begging you.
He is still clothed. He has blankets. He is in bed, all like
Chewie
tucked
is
in
sick,
and
he's not gonna
cozy.
be.
I was worried for a second.
He's a cozy critter.
Also, when you're sleeping at like some stranger's house, do you sleep naked?
You don't want the answer to that.
I mean,
What was the situation the night before?
Ah!
The
Cha-cha.
being
term that
sick.
popped into my head was tasteful chews.
What? Tasteful chew? Is that what? Is that the Chewy breakfast cereal?
No,
I
what I
feel like
want,
that
what
should
I
be the name
want.
of the episode.
The t-shirt that I'm asking you for is it's Chewy naked, but all the sensitive bits are covered by a blanket that is being
Of ants, a blanket of ants.
I don't
the
think.
blanket
I
is
don't
pulled
think.
off by the
As
ants.
funny as that is, Critter, I don't think you're comfortable with that.
I don't really care that much. I just think it's so funny.
Sorry,
I'm not saying
I'll
that-
definitely
that's what I got
consider it
I
given
won't
that
buy it.
information.
I let the intrusive thoughts win. I'm sorry.
I can't hear a single thing anyone's saying when they're all talking at once. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
Breakfast done, not dead.
Not dead. Breakfast is in the chamber. Sam's got a new lead. You, Ruby, and Ronnie, you can choose to go to work with Reed and
think they asked
Reed,
us
Moss,
not
and
to.
Mold. If you want to, again, you could do other things. You could explore the city. You could check out the bioluminescent radioactive moss. The bioluminescent mushroom area that Ruby found earlier. You could go and investigate the blockade. You could do reconnaissance on the slime baron if you wanted to, as
I think that's
ill-advised
what I
as that would be.
I had a checklist written down from last session where
Brilliant.
Yeah, tell
We
me
love
what
a
you-
checklist in this house.
step one was make sure Chewie's alive. So check that list off the.
Go ahead and add eat breakfast and then step
Yep.
3.
Yep.
2 was need to speak to the mole family. We had a meeting set up where we actually are going to meet the mole family. We have to figure out ant surveillance and how that's working. Part of it was trying to figure out if we could actually see where the ant queen is that's commanding all of the ants. And then 3 was that there was a bird's nest high up above one of like the storm drains that quote unquote had movement in it.
Do we
Yeah,
want
something.
to? Do we want to work together today, or do we want to split it up?
Splitting it up
Oh.
might be faster.
I will. I can do some reconnaissance on the slime baron if you'd like.
You want to take the lead on the ant surveillance?
Yeah. I don't. No offense to anyone else, but for like a staying alive standpoint, I wouldn't want to risk it with anyone else.
Hmm. But
Just be careful
I'm
because you're not the
sneaky.
stealthiest. Yeah, you're not the stealthiest fellow.
I'm fairly decent at hiding in plain sight.
You're 15 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we have.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trusting you.
Yeah.
So it leaves. I'm not the most charming guy in the world, but speaking to the moles might be pretty important. But Ruby, you can get up to that bird's nest, right?
I asked you to do that.
This is true. Do you want to talk to the moles instead?
Oh, well, it's kind of on the way to the moles. I found it on the way to the blockade.
I'll let you pick one or the other.
Well, I want to do both. It's like
Okay.
hit up the nest and figure out the moles.
You give me my squad car partner today. All right.
Deputy Ruby's on the job.
Ruby and Sam.
All right. Keep it down. It's
Everyone's favorite combo.
I got a
Ruby
headache.
and Sam.
Okay.
Barrel.
Hold on. I think I have a Sting. Oh yeah, Sting piano.
The classic Sting piano.
And I also have Sting harp, which you can't hear.
Ooh.
None of this you can hear. And we
And
also
also-
have Sting orchestral.
Sting's the singer.
I have a few Stings here. It's freaking sweet. Okay, who wants to go first?
If we're going together, you might as well do Ronnie first and just do the.
Yeah, get me over with.
Yeah.
All right, Ronnie. How do you go about doing reconnaissance on the ants?
I'm gonna proceed with my original plan, which is to offer my services to the Ant Queen and the Slime Baron. I'm a very large guy. I've made it clear that I'm a very intimidating presence. While I'm sure they can defend themselves, they shouldn't have to.
Okay.
To kind of keep the riffraff away, which would also allow me to happen to keep a good eye on the Slime Baron and the Ant Queen. So I'd like to approach the office of the Slime Baron. I don't know who works there.
Gotcha. So, the Slime Baron lives at the very top of the garbage ziggurat here in the Underdark. And so it takes you a pretty decent amount of time climbing all of those stairs. We kind of have a Kung Fu Panda 1-esque montage of Ronnie climbing stairs and climbing stairs, and then hold on, climbing stairs, and finally underneath like a torn canopy made of an umbrella and some shiny bottles reflecting what little light comes down in here, you see the mountainous figure of the heckin' chonker known as the Slime Baron. An enormous 50 human-pound toad with shoulder pads made of protruding disc-like mushrooms and cone-esque mushrooms peeking out over the ridges of his eyes in sort of a kind of crown formation. He is, in a similar way, in a bit more organized way than Shui was, he is covered in ants, and in circuitry, the entirety of the garbage ziggurat is also covered in ants.
Mhm.
As you approach the Slime Baron, you hear scream.
Oh.
And as you crest the top, you see the worm-like tail of a rat get sucked into the Slime Baron's mouth.
Enjoyable breakfast today, Baron? Slime Baron? I don't know how you like to be referred. I apologize. This is Ronnie trying to be nice. It's not a common thing.
Give me a charm check.
Yeah, I'll do that. First things first. Drop one of my dice on the ground. The first one's a 5. The other one's that's a 12 in total. The other one's a 6.
12 in total. He does not
Roll and
immediately
play.
eat you. Good job.
Well, yeah. Speaking of which, I think before I get anything further, I would like to argue that being near the Slime Baron ever is a tense situation.
Correct.
So I would like to make a roll to read a tense situation.
Go ahead and read this tense situation.
I picked as one of my abilities a thing called Eye for Battle, which allows me to use my might instead of cunning. Because of course I did.
Because you always,
Ronnie's
in
gonna know.
games like these, take the ability that lets you substitute your strongest ability for your weakest ability. It's what you've always
Yeah,
done
yeah.
from the beginning of time. It is a
I
constant.
think I did read a tense situation with the same stat last time. I did the same thing.
I do believe so, yes.
My muscles believe this
My
situation.
muscles!
No.
My muscles see all, feel all. They are omnipresent.
It's like
Yeah, anyway.
it's the most himbo ability.
I
Indeed.
do have a 10.
You do have a 10.
I'm so ready. I got a
Okay.
10 though.
So your
Bravo,
body,
Johnny
your
Bravo.
body, your muscles speak to you in the way that an ant. I mean, your muscles speak to you. They speak to you in a way, in a very primal way, in a way that you've become more attuned to since your trip to the forest, where survival of the fittest truly reigns supreme. And what your muscles are telling you is that the energy that the slime baron gives off is the same kind of energy that all of the critters of the forest gave off. Like, they're happy with where they are. However, they know and they believe in their hearts that at any moment they could be struck from the earth by something bigger and more powerful than them. And with this, you believe this is how the slime baron thinks about all things.
That was a lot of information that you didn't need to give me, and I really appreciate that you did.
Listen,
Thank you.
the slime baron is very one note.
Yeah.
not
Anyway, so I
much
get to
to
ask
this
3
time.
questions, much like in
Word.
Positively.
Cool.
So I'm gonna. Do you want me to read out all the questions since I don't think
Just
we've ever done
read me
this?
the questions you're
Or
asking.
read the ones that. Okay, cool. Okay, just wanted to check.
Hey, don't worry.
I'm begging you not to just say the words "the slime baron" here.
Mm-hmm.
Who or what is my biggest threat? Give me a detail. I'm begging you about the slime baron that is threatening. Say his short temper, his ego. Please don't just say the slime baron.
The slime baron.
Fuck you. Okay. All right.
You gotta pick the right questions here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who or what? There we go. I need to think about this the other way around. Who or what is the most vulnerable to me?
See, there you go. Teaching
There
Rodney
we go.
The
well.
most vulnerable to
Wouldn't that just be like, no, I'm not gonna give you ideas.
the most vulnerable to attack?
Just the most vulnerable.
Oh.
Whatever Roddy's got cooking. I'm sorry, Chewie.
I think in this moment, as you're just getting the lay of all these things, you notice a small kind of sunrise orange colored M&M? No, it's not an M&M, because it's moving and it's peeking itself out from behind the cone-shaped mushrooms on the slime baron's head. It's got two big black eyes and antenna. That must be the queen. The queen lives on the back of the slime baron, and it's definitely much weaker than the slime baron, but being on top of the slime baron must feel incredibly safe.
Okay. And then lastly, and I think this is a valuable question, who is in control here?
The ant queen.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure.
Yep.
So I've already got some reconnaissance just from reading a tense situation.
So,
But I go
the ant queen is in control of the slime baron?
In the same way,
maybe not in like a
okay,
possession sense, but
you know what? I was gonna go into a long spiel, but I'm gonna save it for later.
ooh, okay. Well, that was a lot to get out of one roll, so I'm very happy with that. I get a +1 when acting on any of those answers, but Mr. the Baron, and how would you like to be referred first, Mr. Baron?
Baron.
Thank you. All right, so I'll try to drop the mister from the way my brain works. All right, Baron, and you, Miss Queen. I don't know if she talks.
She does
Gotta
not.
be real with you.
You are not an ant.
Okay.
She does
And
not.
I'm also not a toad. I don't know what the rules are here.
She is an insect, different layer. Different layer of
Ah,
consciousness.
you're right. I'm. Gotcha. I see. I understand completely.
Yeah, the queen's like, not now. The gods are talking.
Wait, but the queen's made herself a god by taking over the slime baron.
Yeah, now you get it.
She's doing some necromantic ritual on the back of the slime baron.
They wake up. They figured out theming. uh, That was a lot to hold in to not ruin the audio. I came here because I've been thinking about kind of the area and everything that's going on here, and I imagine you must get a lot of riffraff these days. I mean, the door wasn't even locked when I came in. Am I right to assume that? It was locked. I just
There was no door. It's all open air
yeah.
up here.
Exactly. The door was unlocked when I came in.
Okay. This is a rare instance where where me, the DM, talks way more than the character that I have to portray.
You know, the door
You
was
make
locked
that
when I,
that joke, but it hits the wall that is the slime baron.
Yeah, I expected as much. So I wanted to know if you need a little help dealing with the riffraff. I can do more than that, of course. Let's say you need a little snack brought your way. I imagine they don't come willingly very often. Kind of looking for a bit of work. I may or may not have messed up some other work that was going on in town, so I'm still trying to find a place to belong around here. I'll play to serve you, oh great baron.
Proof.
How would you like me to do that?
Bring.
I did not realize what I agreed to when I thought I was gonna just be able to talk my way.
Just bring me a sacrifice. Okay.
Yeah, all right. I
He
guess
raises his 3-toed hand.
Bring. Moss.
All right. Okay, Mr. the Baron. I mean Baron. My apologies.
We cut back to
I'll
Chewy's
be-
dream kitchen. We're now returning to Chewy's dream kitchen. Da-da-da-da-da.
God, I could use a break to Joey's Dream Kitchen after that.
More orders. They come flooding in. The floor of your kitchen is now flooded with orders that just say sugar, sugar, sugar. And every so often, one of the ant servers that comes by to take the orders is just like this beautiful sunrise orange type deal. And instead of like a little paper hat, they've got like a little like a little golden crown, like very simple. It's got only like got the 4 points. Very Princess Peach-esque. And all the other servers' outfits have been like blue. Hers is pink. And so this one, she comes up to the pickup window and she says, "Can I speak with you?"
That's never happened. Sure.
It's weird. You've fed my children, and it's amazing what you're doing here. I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh. Okay.
It's not every day we get to talk to a god.
A what?
You're a god.
I'm a chef.
Yes, god of sustenance. My children call you Chewy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. But
I'm
I don't
their
know about the rest of
mother
it.
and I'm their mother and their queen, and I'm familiar with your kind, but my experiences have been with one of fewer words. He calls himself the Slime Baron and forces others to call
Oh.
him the same.
Yeah, I met him once.
This is so good. Oh,
Thank you. I've been really enjoying making those.
excuse me, I have to birth some children. Okay, here we go. Take this. Again, I just wanted to say thank you for this amazing gift. If there's any way me and my 3,455, 56, 58, 59, 56, 54, 50 children can help you in any way, just let me know. We the slime baron mainly just has us, run around and recount what the gods are doing all day, and feed that information into the slime baron's mind. And I mean, sometimes he eats other gods. Some of my children have started calling him Toady, the god eater, but he doesn't like it when I call him that. So, Toady the god eater. It's funny, but he doesn't like it.
He
Anyway,
doesn't seem to have much going on.
I know good times cannot possibly last forever. But if they could, do you have an infinite amount of sugar for all my children?
I don't.
You are a god, so I mean.
But I know where to get it.
You can't just make it.
Not magically. No, I gotta get it from places.
I see. Okay.
You know the people, the other gods, I guess, who came with me.
It's so hard to, because you all are just large things. The details
okay,
are.
well, one of them
I
is,
can
like,
see you
super
now
duper
in incredible detail because of the lucid nature of dreaming, and this intense chant that I'm in. Hold on.
Oh.
There's a very large god at the foot of the slime baron right now. He's just cracked a joke.
Oh,
And
that sounds bad.
It did not, and it didn't land, but he's still alive. Hold.
Okay. Well, that's one of them. I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Could you like cut our group a little bit of slack from now on while we try to figure out how to.
I mean,
if we can.
Listen,
If we
as
can
long
establish a connection to the outside, I can get you more sugar.
that sounds awesome. The slime baron literally only cares about two things: eating and not being around rats.
Ah.
But it's weird because he also likes to eat rats. So that's literally all he cares about. And I only care about feeding and growing my children. And so this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
In a
Makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, yeah, it's
dancing
good to know.
currently in my physical form. Just trying to appease the slime baron and make sure that I don't get kicked off. And I'm growing little mushrooms on his back so that I have, a little bit of a garden, a little bit of sanctuary, and the little drippings off the mushrooms. It's very tasty.
I actually thought that was really cool looking. You made something really cool there.
Thank you. I put a lot of work. I made children put a lot of work into it, and I told them to put that work into it, and so vicariously, it's my hard work that went into that. No, I'm not taking credit for anything. I'm taking credit for you, and your credit. Understood? Don't talk back to your queen like that. Children. Anyway, do you have any more sugar?
I think I have a little bit more, but again, I need to get outside and get some more.
I think your soup's almost done. You might wanna
Ooh,
might wanna add the time now. Anyway, and she takes the rest of the orders and just kind of scurries away from the dream, and we go back into the physical realm with Ruby and Sam. Wait, hold on. Ruby and Sam. As they arrive at the far wall to a crack that kind of splits this far wall in half and then splits down into a little bit of a door. And then just inside, not like too far in, but just enough that it's covered by shadow, there is this just charming little wooden door that has a little welcome mat, and a couple of rain boots, little plastic rain boots, probably from like a toy or something, just kind of there off to the side. And surprisingly enough, the head of a garden gnome is also wedged in here. Also, it's very large and kind of a little bit in the way, but it's a nice little tableau. And there's a little sign hanging on the door that says, bless this moles, or bless these moles. And I think with your expert detective skills, you figured out that this is where you need to be.
Mole house.
Seems
Mole
like
house.
the right place to me.
Well, you want to take the lead on this one?
You're the one who met with that other mole. They know you.
This is true. I'm just trying to make small talk, Ruby.
Ah.
Anyway. Anyway, gonna go up and rap on the door.
You hear some shuffling past the door, and then finally a kind of white and black speckled mole about half your height opens the door. He's wearing a knitted, like, couch fiber turtleneck sweater, and he's got the tiniest little round spectacles down the end of his nose. And he's holding a mug that says "Number 1 Dad," and he opens the door and he says, "Well, hi there."
Good morning, sir. Name's Detective Sam Morgan. Spoke to a Ted last
Oh, you
night.
know Ted.
Briefly, in passing, more so to speak. But we set up a meeting to meet up with you guys today to have a conversation with the family. This is my.
Give me 1 second, and he goes over to the wall.
That's
Tap,
Ruby.
tap,
Ruby.
tap,
That's
tap,
Ruby.
tap, 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 tap,
That's-
tap, 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 tap. Just give it a second. I'll get a response back from Ted. Hold on.
This is Ruby. Sorry.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, he forgot to mention it, I guess. Teenagers. But anyway, my name's Ned. Ned Molson. You met my boy Ted Molson. He does work over at the bar. And, well, come on in. I'll pour you a mug of worm slurry. And we can have ourselves a chat.
Oh, that sounds delightful. And Sam takes his hat off. He's very clearly excited about the worm slurry.
He he starts tapping rapidly on the wall. Tap, 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 tap. You hear from the other room, "What? Beth, we're gonna need more mugs. We got company." Okay. I tapped. I don't know why she didn't listen.
Your guess is as good as mine.
This is like a picture-perfect little suburban home inside this wall. The walls are made of dirt and everything, but it is all perfectly molded to like inside of your golden retriever having friend's house.
This is like the ideal house in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Correct. This is the house that you went over when you were like 10 or 11 and realized, oh, my family's lower middle class.
Oh, we're poor.
This is what middle class looks like.
What do you mean, lower middle class?
My
Yeah.
family was less than that, sport.
I'm pretty sure the rest of us were all poor.
Hmm.
Can't speak for all of you, though.
Mr. Molson, I gotta say, you have a lovely home.
Oh, thank you. I dug it out myself. Had a
Oh,
lot of
no.
time. Had a lot of moolah to live off of while we got the home situated.
Oh, you don't say. Doing well off of yourself down here.
Well, it's not what we done down here just yet. We more or less just moved into the neighborhood not too long ago. didn't really like the garbage that they were selling real estate wise, so we went upon ourselves and bought the wall. Um,
As one would do.
as one would do, yeah. Yeah, we've got a whole lot. We got a whole lot of wall and a whole lot of love. And that's all you really need. And this is my lovely wife, Beth. A mole with a bob cut and another turtleneck sweater comes in. And she says, "Oh, hi! It's so nice to meet new people. Are those talons? Are you a bird?" And she hands you a mug.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I am, in fact, a bird. Thank you so much.
Those talons look expertly manicured. They sound amazing. Who does your talons? And this is a
Hi,
mammal.
I'm Ruby.
Oh, you're a possum.
Marsupial.
I love possums. Here you go, sweetheart. And she hands you a mug.
Cute.
The bugs that she has given you guys look like they were handmade, probably by her kids sometime in the 5th or 6th grade.
They say, like, not in this kitchen. Don't speak to me before I've had my worm slurry.
Yeah, so this here is the living room. We got a little fireplace here, and we got a few embers still in here. It gets cold at night. And, you know what? It's a nice day. Why don't we go up to the balcony?
Oh,
Well, that's a lovely idea. I mean, it's nice up there with the breeze and everything, and the view. Well, we're not much for views. And they both say at the same time, "We're moles." And so you guys.
Yeah, I'm a guest in your home. I will after you.
Oh, right this way. And Ted and Beth lead you up like the longest spiral staircase in existence, and you guys get to the top, and there at the top of the spiral staircase is an abandoned sparrow's nest. It's been the floor is kind of been covered in scrap pieces of wood, so it's got a nice hardwood floor. There's like a bottle cap, like coffee table, and like a thimble, and a spool of thread for chairs. And sitting on a little rock and drawing at an easel is an older. It looks like a mole that's like slightly older than Ted, and he's got like. His eyes are perpetually squinty and hard to see, but one of them is much harder to see because he has an emo lock over it. Dan, some of Ted's friends are here. I don't care. And he goes back to he always gets like really close to marking, and he acts like he's marking on the canvas, but he never actually makes a mark. And then he pulls it away, puts his finger and thumb up. He just always gets really close to marking, but never actually marking, but he keeps acting like as though he has made some kind of progress.
It's looking good.
Thank
I
you.
say, trying to cover up the obvious. It's like, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm trying to get into landscapes, which
I can.
some people didn't appreciate when they moved us down to the sewer.
take a look.
Hey, we were all getting migraines up there, and down here, the rushing water is very nice. The trickling water constantly is very nice. We don't get migraines anymore. We're much happier down here. Isn't that right, Ted? Hey.
At least you don't have to worry about the people in the park down here.
Oh, yes, the gods, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's really nice down here without having to worry about the gods. You just gotta worry about the slime baron, but he doesn't, he took one look at us and he was like, you can see him, like, squat down and do a little impression of the slime baron. Small. Oh, you do such a good impression of the slime baron, hon. Thank you, dear. Yep.
So, how did you guys? I noticed that you guys are fairly well off in comparison to the rest of the sewer. What do you guys do? Well, where'd you get the income? If you
Oh,
don't mind me asking, I don't want to intrude.
Well, Ted takes a long step. Well, I'm a geologist by trade. I study rocks and fossils and dirt and sediment and rocks. And so that's my trade. That's what I do. I like to taste it. I like to feel it, look at it, kind of. But you know, and he and Beth say at the same time, "We're moles."
I love these guys.
And well, I'm sort of a homebody, but that doesn't mean I'm not down to get digging a little bit. Back up in the on the top side, I did cultivate little worm colonies in the sandbox. I mean, you know, you can keep worms in little sections as long as those sections have dirt. And that way you keep a better tab on which worms are breeding with which worms and for which traits. So in a way, I'm a little bit of a worm rancher. That's what I used to be. Now I'm retired because we are set. And then Dan here is an artist.
I can tell. As I look over and notice that his blank canvas looks nothing like the landscape he's trying to paint.
The canvas has nothing on it.
Yeah.
Not a single mark has been made.
I can tell. It's an absolute masterpiece. Your kid's got
profound.
Kid's got talent.
Thank
really
you.
makes you think.
Yeah.
And then of course, since you met Ted at the bar, you know he's a bartender, and so that's what we do. That's what we do. We're just trying to live our best life. Maybe we'll breathe a little bit of life down here into this dingy, miserable neighborhood. Such rude people live here. Can you imagine just living your whole life being so rude to everyone?
Yeah, it's kind of a shocker, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like they don't want to be down here in this amazing place. This is the city of dreams.
I guess grass is greener. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know nothing about grass. You want to know why?
Because
We're moles.
Because you're moles. So am I correct in thinking that the balcony is the sparrow's nest that we were going to investigate?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
we're
just part of their
doing
house.
2 birds, 1 stone. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
ding. Ba-dum, ba-dum, shh.
I didn't expect it to work out that well, but
Yeah, it did.
Booyah.
So if you don't mind, I got a couple questions. I don't know if you guys are from the originally from the park up top, and I used to previously work with the bird police department up top.
Oh,
And
the
I just-
BPD.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, listen, they've stolen a couple of worms. They're the police. We can't say nothing about it. We're just gonna leave it at that.
it's a couple bad eggs everywhere you go. You know.
Hey, they got there early,
Yeah,
and they got the worm.
because they're birds.
Because they're birds. Because they're birds.
Because they're birds. So I was speaking with your son Ted last night, and he mentioned that you guys had dug a rather sizable tunnel for the raccoons. Am I correct with that? And what I heard with that? Again, I'm no longer with the bird police department. It's more just a general inquiry than an investigation. Nobody's in trouble.
Is that what Ted said?
It's more of what I inferred. He didn't say anything specific or incriminating. It's just something that I wanted to confirm with the rest of the family.
Well, you're absolutely correct. We were hired by what was his name? Chunky, Don Chunky. Yeah, what a lovely man. What a generous host he was. He hired us, a little bit of commission work, a great big job, a great big chunk of change for this. So we dug a tunnel, and it started underneath the spoon, and it ended. Where did it end, Beth? Oh, he never told us. Yeah, we were never allowed to see the other side. He made us stop right before we finished the tunnel, remember? Oh, yeah, that's right. So all we could hear was rushing water, and we thought, oh, that's a very nice and calming sound, and my migraine is just gone. That's right. And you know what remember what the Dawn said? The Dawn said, Hold on, let me do my world famous impression. If yous like the sound of running water so much, I know a lovely little vacation spot that yous could move to with this nice chunk of change I'm about to pay you. It's called the sewer. And I thought, wow, you know what? That sounds actually really nice because because our family has chronic headaches, migraines up here on the up and up. So yeah, we went out. We went out through the end of the tunnel there at the Spoon. He paid us a nice chunk of change. We packed up all of our things and we moved right to the sewer. They gave us a nice lift down. They built a little makeshift elevator for us and everything. It was very, very nice. We had a lovely time. Yeah, and then we bought this little chunk of wall, and the rest is history.
All right. Well, did he ever say why he was digging a tunnel underneath a restaurant?
I think he said something about supplies. Isn't that right? Did he say something about supplies? Something about supplies and stockpile. It was a supply tunnel to stockpile food. Because remember, you know what he said? He said it was nice and cool on the other side where they were going to end the tunnel. That's right. He said it was going to be nice and cool, and whatever they were going to store. Oh, you know what? I actually overheard this bit. You know what? I overheard it. I told you the night after, but like I overheard this bit when they were talking. Yeah, what did they say? Oh, well, they said it's going to be nice and cool in there so the supply won't spoil. You know? Now, I was thinking down there, man, I should, when we complete this tunnel, I might as well, bring an overcoat. It's very chilly down there. I wonder why it's so chilly. Do you think it has anything to do with the running water? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's cooler down here. That's why we have the chimney and the wood stove. Yeah. I'm sorry, we got gabbing to each other. I completely forgot what you said.
It's absolutely fine. You're lovely folk, and I love just listening. Like it's fun to hear how people live their lives. So.
I'm glad that me talking to myself has paid tremendous dividends.
It's valuable information.
You said that you mentioned the running water. You said you can sort of hear it around your home. Unfortunately, I'm getting up there in age. My hearing's not so good. Do you know kind of like the general direction? I would love to see it.
The running water where? I mean, there's running water all over the sewer.
Yeah, is there like a place where it's like colder or deeper?
The water?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Not much for swimming.
Me either. I'm a bird.
Hey, you're a bird!
But I like to sightsee. Like your son. I like landscapes. As a bird, I like to fly up in the air and take in the view.
How's that working out for you down here in the sewer? There's not much room for flying.
It's been an experience, that's for sure.
Okay.
Not so much room to spread the old wings, but I still like to take in the sights.
Yeah. Well, there's that kind of moaty area and the ditches that the gondolas run through. Those get filled up pretty high with water when it rains, and then there's the big central tunnels that function the way that the gods intend for their wastewater and water evacuation needs, I suppose. There's that cool water pipe that comes right out from the park. Which one? Oh, it's that one that kind of you're talking about that one that kind of juts out from the wall where we landed. From that little elevator. It's got that blue pipe that kind of goes in to that big scary opening that we saw. Oh yes, I was almost scared to death. Oh my goodness, you had to hold me the whole way. I remember. And I remember you being the softest little thing I ever did. Oh, dude, you stop that. You stop that right now. Oh, I couldn't. And they go and they start hugging up on each other.
I wish someday, for myself. You guys are just the best.
Clock's a ticking there, Sam.
Yeah. I'm getting up there. But work has always come first. It's a bad habit. Bad habit.
Don't marry your work. Work can't climb into bed with you. And if it
Yeah.
does, you should be worried.
Oh yeah, it's I've had some experiences, you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh, but I think that kind of satisfied my curiosity. I appreciate your time. Ruby, did you have any questions for the Molsons here?
Yes, I actually had a favor I wanted to ask.
Oh.
Is there any way that you could help clear this barricade that I found?
Oh, that over there, and it's literally like next door, kind of.
Ah, okay.
It's so that it's like the great big barricade right there, and then you can actually from this vantage point, you can actually look down at the top of the ziggurat where the slime baron is, and you can see Ronnie making his way back down the many steps. And so yeah, just behind the ziggurat, like this goes ziggurat, and then that little moat area where the gondolas run around. Then there's the entrance to that tunnel that goes past, and it's just full of garbage, wood, logs, plastic. Oh yeah, that was there when we got here. Now, honestly, I haven't really done any poking around. Seems like a safety issue why it's there. Maybe they're trying to keep something out, keep other things in. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, I was just exploring and I really wanted to see what was on the other side. Is there a way around it?
Well, if there isn't, I guess a way could always be made. Oh, I know what that look means. Yes, the look you gave me on your honeymoon.
Oh,
Get horny for digging tunnels.
we get horny for each other digging tunnels.
I just got dig a ton of stick on my
Yeah.
head.
That's just,
Yes,
that's just
I've had
natural
that
right
too.
there.
We're gonna
There's
dig
nothing
a,
more natural than being
You gotta love-
attracted to digging.
We're gonna
You gotta
dig a
love
tunnel.
you gotta love when a couple really digs each other, you know.
Ah,
Hey!
That's good.
Hey,
Now,
because they're
Miss-
moles.
Miss Ruby, are you insinuating that a pair of moles such as ourselves would take time out of our precious retirement to dig you a hole past the barricade?
I was just asking if you wouldn't mind helping me out. It's not a demand.
I do miss digging holes. I know you miss digging holes, but we're retired. We're too young for digging holes. Give me a charm check, and I'm gonna roll my own charm check here.
Can Sam help me at all?
I don't know, Sam. Can you help her at all?
You're digging your own grave over here.
Hey! Ooh, okay, you gotta beat a 9.
Oh,
I don't have any charm. I am not as charming as I was in this conversation. It is a facade.
Yeah, like I have +1, so it's not much.
I think for charm, I am like a negative, to be honest with you.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I'm a -1 charm. I have good
Me
I have
over
good
there.
cunning, but that's about it.
basically need boxcars.
Yeah.
You
The
need to
one
beat
time that I'd be
a
useful.
9.
Yeah.
If you beat it by, if you roll a 10 or 11, they'll do it for a favor. If you roll boxcars, they'll do it because they love digging holes.
Okay. Cooperate, please. Well, that's a 10, so it passes.
Pass it. You can see in their eyes their love for each other, their love for digging holes. But they are two old moles that really want to retire. What's in it for us? I mean, obviously, besides the exercise. And we know this one could use it. Oh, you! Ah!
Well, what kind of things do you like?
We like worms. Yeah, I like worms. You know, you also like beetles. Oh, I only went crazy on beetles that one time.
Beetles are
Ooh.
good though. They got there's a healthy crunch to them.
No, the crunch. Oh,
Oh,
are
it's
you kidding
delicious.
me? Oh, if we could get, we don't get as many, like, good crunchy beetles down here as we did on the top side, and I've been getting a little hungry.
You gotta get that little snap and crackles. I understand. You get that craving for a beetle. Oh,
And the
and
shiny,
nothing satisfies it.
the shiny exterior. Oh, oh my goodness! You get us some beetles, and we'll do it. We'll do it for some beetles.
Do
Ellie
you
gets
know
it.
how to find beetles?
You have to,
If we
I
knew
would
how to
never
find
do
beetles,
that.
if we knew how to find beetles in the Underdark, I mean the sewers, they don't know what the Underdark is because the Underdark is what people who don't want to go there call it. They just call it the sewers. This is me correcting myself as the DM.
Yeah.
If we
shiny
knew how to
beacon of
find
hope.
beetles in the sewers, well, we would have been eating beetles. Let me tell you that much. This one loves his beetles. What can I say? We're
What?
moles.
What if I give you a beetle grabber?
A what?
A beetle grabber, and I pull out the sticky hand.
Now
Which
what's
is no-
this fun little thing?
Here, I'll show you. Do you have like a rock or something that I can test it on?
Just picturing you whipping it around their house.
Dan,
I just want like somewhere to aim it.
You whip it back and slap Sam in the face on the go back.
Dan, could we use your art for a thing?
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it'll add a bit of authenticity. A smudge of some kind that'll bring out the dinginess of the landscape. That's a good boy, Dan. Don't call me that.
Alright.
Dan? No, a good boy.
Okay. So I use this.
This has lost all of its stickiness, correct?
Yes.
It's
yes,
just
it
down to
has.
flat rolls at this point.
Yes.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah, so that's just finesse and ooh. Wow. Yes.
Oh, box? Well, okay,
I
cool.
can well, 10 plus 2.
10
but
plus 2.
yes.
Yeah, with ease, you snatch up. Not really snatch up. You kind of the sticky hand wraps around the empty canvas and the easel, and flings it back to you, and you snatch it in your hand. Oh! I didn't see a thing, but I heard that, and that sounded impressive.
Yeah, you use it. You throw it at what you want to grab. It'll wrap around it, and then it'll bring it back to you.
Oh, that's very handy.
It'd be great for grabbing beetles that are super fast.
Oh, these beetles, yeah, they are fast. They are fast. If
Oh,
only
they're
we
super
could
fast.
find
They're
them.
super fast.
Very fast, and they can fly, and when they're flying, they make a lot of noise, which makes it easier for me to hear them, really. But they're up in the
Yeah.
air, so what am I gonna do? Hey, now I'm like the slime baron now. I can just go. Whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
cool.
sweetheart, you've got yourself a deal. Just hand over the grabby thing, and
Yes.
we'll get to digging.
Awesome.
Beth, we
I
are
no
gonna be
longer
living the
have
high
the grabby
life,
thing.
munching on beetles and digging holes. Oh, come here, you big lug.
Gotta love a couple in love.
You
Yep.
gotta love them. Let's go back to Ronnie. What's your game plan, Ronnie? You gotta turn your back and betray one of the
Ronnie.
rats that took you into this strange new world?
Ronnie's in trouble.
Yeah.
Ronnie's
Believe it
in
or not, I'm not
trouble.
gonna do that.
Oh
Well,
no.
it is the one that has a thing for your sister.
Yeah, but I'm not that vindictive.
Dude, say,
If he was
look at-
harming
look at-
my sister, that's one thing. But he seems to very passively have a thing for my sister.
Don't you ever fucking look at my sister again? Tosses him in the mouth of the slime bear.
It's incredible how this is lined up that I am right now watching Black Clover.
Oh,
And
you
there's
are?
that one character who's very creepy about his sister.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm
yes,
gonna not
I
that
can
kind
never-
Anyway.
of.
Sorry I brought it up.
I'm gonna go knock on the door of the whole house. I don't remember if the house has a name.
It's just the rat house.
I'd give a
It's
knock
a
to the old.
rat
Well, no, that's very unspecific.
house.
Because as we know, this place is like post-apocalyptic, and everybody's.
Yeah, there's lots of rat
It might
house.
So I go. I'm looking for the rat house. I'm a little lost, and I end up going to 6 houses before I get to the right one.
You knock on the door,
It
and
might be
Moss
timing.
Moss opens, and he's like, "Why? You're staying
Just
here?
the man
Why
I
are you-"
wanted to see. Yeah, no, I don't. I panicked. I step in.
Okay, and he starts to go about his business.
Nope, Moss, I need you to come back here right now. First of all, I checked the room for ants.
Yeah, there are ants here. A
Nope,
large
time to
number
shake
of them
the
are on
ant
their
then.
way to go hang out with Chewie.
It's time to find the Moss, you mind talking to me in a place that isn't here? Moss, let me rephrase that. Moss, you're gonna come talk to me in a place that isn't here.
What?
I pick up Moss.
Oh, okay. Can I have? Can
I
I
think it
put
better
my,
when I'm
can I
the
put
biggest
my
person.
pants on, please? Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, my apologies.
Oh, God,
I'm sorry.
you got the bits
Oh,
dangling on you there,
Oh,
Ronnie?
goodness.
He was kind of Winnie the Poohing it in a tank top.
Ah, goodness. I'm so sorry. I couldn't. I wasn't looking.
You caught him when he was home alone.
Ah,
First
Home
time that he
alone
just-
with a sick person.
right. Well,
Gross.
if you don't, yeah, I'm gonna
Thank you.
wait for him to put pants on.
Should I? Is this a leather jacket conversation?
I couldn't think of a more leather jacket conversation, if I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay. And the Snickers sleeveless leather jacket goes on. What's up?
Corner of the bar, I guess, would be the least ant-filled, most quiet place to have a conversation.
I mean, the
You're
place
in danger.
where people are constantly eating and sometimes also eating ants. Sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go there. We go to the bar. I don't know how Moss is old enough for the bar. If I'm trying to understand, he's the youngest one, right? Or is that Fern?
I'm
No,
pretty
who's
sure
the
it's
youngest?
Mold is the youngest.
Oh, well, thank goodness I don't have to sacrifice Mold. This will be a whole different situation.
Yeah, I require
not
the
kill- let me
child
be
for
clear.
sacrifice.
Let me be clear. I'm not letting Mold die. Well, Mold might die, but it's not my plan. I'm not protecting Mold that hard, but I'm not sacrificing Mold, buddy.
You guys enter the bar, and Fern is still there, and he's like, "Moss, what's up, buddy?" Woo!
I was gonna sit next to Fern and cover his ears while I start talking. I go, so Mold, this seems like the best spot. So Mold, how well have you
Moss.
spent any time? Moss.
You
Sorry.
said Mold.
Not
He's still
My bad.
he's at work. Did you
I'm-
want him? I know it kind of.
No, I need.
I mean, of us
I look
rats
at
who
my
live
notes.
together, me and Mold look the most alike, so I understand it.
I look at a single piece of paper I have that just says Moss on it. Parentheses to kill. I wrote it down while he was talking, and I go, no, I got the right one. Moss, buddy, how do I put this? Have you had any interactions with the Slime Baron that may or may not make him want you to be a new exclusive member of the Not Alive Club?
Almost twice a week.
Okay. What? Care to elaborate?
I frequently cuss him out, and also I write "The Slime Baron sucks" on people's property a lot. And at work, I actively try to get other rats to, join me in a crusade to storm the ziggurat and kill the Slime Baron, which, until you guys showed up, was not working out, at all. But now, you've got
Cool.
this Holy Crusade thing going on, and
Yeah.
the movement is really going... So, wait, are we gonna organize more stuff for this crusade, or is that why you...
Well, as a matter of fact, that is actually, roundabout way why I did contact you.
Cool.
how do I put
He
this?
leans over to the wall and starts writing, "Suck it."
I'm just gonna pick him
Slime.
up and move him away from the wall.
Hey, I just said "suck it S." No one will know who S is.
S is Slime Baron! S is for Slime Baron!
Let it be known.
Moss, buddy, how do I tell you this? I was doing some mission work,
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to the slime baron, and he basically was like, "Hey, you gotta bring me moss so I could eat him." He didn't say it in those words.
Okay, because that's more words than I think he's ever said ever.
Collectively, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just nervous. So the point is that if
What's
I
got you
don't
nervous?
bring, I just said that the slime baron wants to eat you. And if I don't bring a very moss-like being up there to be chowed upon, I'm going to immediately have lost my cover and invoked the wrath of the slime baron. So the good news is the crusade
So you need
comes
my help to
now.
get mold eaten instead.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and just punch Moss in the stomach. Yeah, I don't need to roll a might for that. Appreciate it.
So read then, not mold?
All right, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and slam his head on the table.
Wow. Again.
No one in this house.
Have we learned that lesson yet? That's a good visual gag.
Yeah.
I
might have to
listen.
take a screenshot of that.
It's and one of my favorite parts of DMing is just doing physicality to what's going on. It's my favorite bit.
No, but the hair floof is magical.
Thank you. I don't do a thing. I'm joking.
Have
I
we
do
learned
all
that
of the
lesson?
things.
Moss, have we learned that lesson? Because if we hadn't, honestly, I could pivot. I will
kill
feed you to a
Fern.
toad. I'm feeding you to a toad. That's fuck it. Like,
But
Wait,
come on.
You might kill the slime baron if you
Technically-
feed him fern.
technically, Ficus is the only one that we don't know what kind of leather jacket he's wearing. So
now hold on. What kind of jacket
Yeah.
does Ficus wear? I need
Have we met Ficus?
no, I haven't met Ficus
No,
yet.
I'm
He was
asking-
in the house when we went there.
We,
and
yeah,
we met
we
all of
as a
them.
group met
Yeah.
him, but us as a party, as a
No.
people's playing him. not-
Mhm.
Hey, quick question: what kind of leather jacket does Ficus wear? It's for the fans. No question.
I feel like I've answered this question already, but I didn't put it in my notes, and that's on me.
Moss,
No,
Moss wears a Snickers, Mold wears a Mounds, Reed wears a Three Musketeers.
Hold on, let me
Fern
add
wears
this
a
to my
Kit Kat.
notes while we're at it. Moss, Snickers, Mold, Mounds,
Reed Reynolds was a Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
Fern was a Kit Kat.
Oh, so we didn't do Ficus.
Yeah.
No, that was the only one that we didn't.
Ficus is the only one we don't know.
Cat. Okay. Ficus. Ficus' style is freaking wacky. Where's a Reese's wrapper? Like peanut butter cup. Like the
Oh,
peanut
yeah.
butter
Good
cup.
to know.
And he's used like the little paper from the Reese's cup as like a liner. He thinks he's all fancy for it. What a dick.
He is so fancy as hell though.
Goddamn. Holy shit. Oh fuck. I might have a thing for you.
We're gonna
I don't know
find-
how you guys are related.
We're gonna
We're
find out
just
that Ficus
roommates.
is like the most handsome rat.
Yeah, cool, perfect. I have a thing for your roommate, but unrelated to that. No,
Now
we're
hold
not.
on, let me add Reese's peanut butter cup.
Teenage depressed roommate rats.
That's roommate rats.
And they were roommates.
Roommate. Not
Oh my God,
sneakers.
they were roommates.
They have clinical
Sneakers.
depression.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
What kind of sneakers are they wearing?
They don't wear sneakers, they're rats.
Hell do you pants?
I auto corrected my spelling from Snickers to sneakers, and I was like, that's not a candy bar, not at all, not in the slightest. Is that a
Anyway.
candy bar?
So, the good news is that the revolution starts today. The bad news is I am very bad at starting revolutions. Well, I guess I can start them. I just can't finish them. That's kind of Ruby's thing.
Okay.
So,
But it still sounds like we need a martyr.
unless we want plan feed a bomb to hold on.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Well, do you know what a bomb is? Do I know what a bomb is? I looked at it on my ring.
I don't think we've done. I don't think you
Explosives
would have
in
had
any way.
no
Didn't
explosives.
hold on.
We've had
Wait,
firecrackers.
wasn't-
firecrackers.
She did have a
Wasn't
firecracker.
there a-
yeah.
wasn't there like a rebel book that he saw at some point? Am I misremembering something?
I think that's just Ruby's manifesto.
Yeah, Ruby's
I read
Ruby's
Ruby.
I could've
anarchist
swore-
manifesto.
I could have sworn there was like a human book that he saw that was like.
No, I've touched
Reminiscent of
very
that.
few human books. I
No,
just know
that-
it's
that
cool
might
and
No,
have
no,
been
not
the
touched.
side.
Just like looked at, and like I remember the description being, "Oh yeah, you understand this concept now."
well, that's
But
a lot of
no,
fun.
I might just be misremembering.
Sam's
It's fine.
trip to the library.
No, it wasn't Sam. It was
Stole
definitely
my ring
Ronnie.
and went to the library on your own. Sorry, I'm still mad about that. Out of character. Character. I'm mad about that.
Human things were my thing.
Anyway. No, I mean, the only thing I could think of would be to, like, somehow hurt him from the inside. I wouldn't want to send someone to their own death if we don't have to.
So I'm not dying today?
Are you willing to die for the cause?
I would prefer not to,
We will try to avoid it.
especially because I haven't done that Holy Good Burger diet, so I don't know if I'm gonna go to that Holy Good Burger place after I
I
die.
don't know how our afterlife works, honestly. I feel like we made some of that up, but...
What?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about that.
I'll
I'm
try
doing my
not
own
to,
thing.
but what you said was very concerning.
Well, you know... You want, I can slam your head on.
them.
Yeah, stop, but knock it off. I say in a serious tone. Oh yeah, but knock it off.
Okay.
You
You see,
you're gonna-
achievement unlocked, religious trauma.
hell yeah. Welcome to the fucking team, dude.
Woo!
Hachi machi. All right, it's time to go find my sister and incite a rebellion, because she's better at them than I am.
We now return
all
to
have a-
Chewy's Dream Kitchen. Dun, dun,
I don't know.
dun. Chewy, the
Stir
soup.
the pot.
Chewy,
But the soup's done now.
the soup is in fact done. How good is this soup in your mind?
Well, it's not missing anything. But it doesn't taste like home. And Chewy's food always tastes like home to Chewy.
Yeah. It's kind of, the soup is unexpectedly extremely, like, earthy and musty and has, like, a watery aftertaste. Despite the clean, rich broth in your mind, and the soft vegetables, and the el dente pasta, and the chunks of chicken that just kind of fall apart as soon as they hit your teeth. I'm making myself hungry.
Yes, sounds
is
delicious.
this is he just eating the medicine that we've been giving him?
This is a mental representation of his body understanding that the medicine is now working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did we pour it into his mouth, or do we decide that this was baby bird in it?
I don't know. I hope you
Remember
didn't
us
baby bird it.
administering-
Yeah, I
I
don't remember.
hope
I
you
just
fed it
I
to
just
him.
remember.
I think I said I fed it to him. I don't think I said I
Okay.
baby birded
Okay,
it to him.
good.
I remember doing the nose game of who had to give it to him, and Sam wasn't paying
Oh.
attention,
Yeah.
and then made the
Yeah,
joke about baby birding
Noodle
him.
did it,
And
and
I
then
don't
I
remember
did
if
it,
we
and-
actually were serious about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think we were. And hey,
Does-
if you go back
does
and
the
it
soup-
sounds like we were serious, shut up.
Haha!
Does this soup taste like bird spit?
Famously.
It's one of those ones that has a bird's nest in it. That
Yeah, I can never remember what it's called, but I remember that there's swiftlet nests.
I know
Yeah.
they are literally sometimes just called bird nest soup.
yeah,
So,
it's bird nest soup. Does it taste like bird nest soup?
or like
Gross.
glass.
Anyway,
Something.
Remember what I said?
I couldn't
don't,
remember-
don't be
I-
proceeded?
yeah. Well, here we are.
Chewy, this soup may not taste like home, but it does feel like the persistent chill you've been feeling finally melting away. And it feels like you're approaching the idea of waking up. But as you're doing that, you can see the queen ant surrounded by just lots of, like, not photorealistic ants like the queen is, but like tiny little, like, circles and stick limb ants just kind of behind and around her. And she says, looks like you're getting better and you're about to exit this kind of liminal dream space where I've been able to talk to you. I won't be able to communicate with you in the same way while you're awake. So
Aw.
I know. It's been nice to talk
I'll miss
to
you.
It's been nice to communicate with a god with an actual intelligence. I'll be looking out for you on the other side.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
And the dream world fades to white, and you're in the Underdark. You are
Oh, not
covered
this
in
place again.
covered in ants. You're underneath a blanket that you don't know, in a room you don't know because you fell asleep in the living room of this house, and so you wake up in a room you don't remember, in a bed you don't remember,
Just
covered
bolt
in
up,
ants,
right?
in a completely empty house, because everyone is either at work or off having misadventures.
So I'm gonna like slowly start to move and like try to shoo the ants a little bit without hurting any of them.
You get up. The
I gotta
ants-
get
the-
up. I don't
the-
want to squish you.
The ants make way. They understand what's going on. They like you.
Aw.
Yay.
Just grab a handful, pop in your mouth.
I don't think Chew's gonna be eating any ants after talking to their queen, honestly. I don't even think he's gonna end up squishing. He won't stop you guys, but he's not gonna do it.
No, I feel bad for Ruby eating them, even though Ruby won't feel bad for eating them.
By the way, I've actually been drawing Chewy this whole time.
Aww. Oh my
I
God,
needed a
he's
picture
such
of him
a chubby little
laughing.
friend.
Yeah,
I love your
chunky.
style.
He's not as chunky as Don Chunky, but he's
So
chunky.
good, so good, so good. I love that. A raccoon in a house built for rats, alone in the sewer. What's your next move?
There is literally no one in this house right now.
Nobody, but there is a kitchen.
God damn it.
Okay, well, I don't know where anyone is. I'm just gonna wait for somebody to come, and there's an entire kitchen for me to mess around in. So I'm
And
gonna do that.
And Chewy's cooking slice of life anime theme starts to play. it's like really upbeat and like has a lot of xylophone unexpectedly.
Do I
I'm
remember
picturing,
how
like-
many people there are here? That's the question. I'll just make as much food as I can.
Yeah, it's loaded. There's lots of insect larvae and eggs in the cupboards, along with sheets upon sheets of edible moss and jars of just sludge harvested
Oh,
for the slime baron.
He's going crazy. He's just like, oh, I get to try all these new scents and flavors and things, and then like make things out of them, and I'm gonna like knock these people's socks off because they definitely took care of me.
You find also in a cupboard a bundle of those bioluminescent mushrooms.
I won't touch them yet. I want to ask permission.
Ah, okay.
Oh, but you could cook them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we return to...
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Chewie definitely wants to, but he doesn't know if they're super valuable and doesn't want to mess up.
We
Like,
now return to
what they might
Ruby
be
and
for.
Sam.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam.
How are the moles coming along with the tunnel?
They've literally just started.
Okay.
This
Sam-
is gonna be a
Sam
couple
has
of days in the making.
Ah, okay, so this will be our escape route after we overthrow the Baron. Cool.
Well,
Uh,
are they preoccupied digging and like it's just me
Well,
and
right
Ruby
now,
or-
they're in the planning phase. Beth is on the outside of the wall, and Ted is on the inside of the wall, and they're tapping to each other, measuring, thicknesses and sediment type and rock type, what boulders are in the way from where they are on the inside and the outside of the wall, so they can kind of approximate what they're kind of working with. They have somewhat of an idea of what they're working with as they move towards the wall past the blockade. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, because we've got a thick layer of concrete, and then we have, the normal sediment that's much easier to dig through. But that sediment also has chunks of concrete and flint and some other metamorphic and sedimentary rock formations in there. So it's all gonna be the Grand Canyon wasn't dug in a day.
What's the
Okay.
What's the Grand Canyon?
Oh, it's a mole thing. Don't worry about it. It's
I've
like
got to.
the Grand Canyon is mole mecca. Not to be confused with Momex.
Well, like Sam's sitting here with his hat off and his coat draped over his wing and just kind of still doing pleasantries. It's like, well, if this is going to take some time, we're going to try and get back, I think. We have...
Oh, don't you worry. We're set on a task, and you know what? We might just hyperfixate on this until it's done. We haven't dug a tunnel since the last one, and it's been a couple of months, and we've been a little itching to do something with our hands.
I understand. Sometimes you just got to really dig into your hobbies, you know?
Don't be a stranger now. I've selectively bred a great worm just for the worm slurry. So if you ever want any more, you come on right over. We'll have a couple of cups.
It was absolutely delicious. I really appreciate your hospitality.
Oh, you're a sweetie, aren't you? You're a sweetie bird.
Yeah. Ruby, say thank you for the slurry.
Thank you for the slurry.
You're a sweet young lady.
Thank you.
Wish you'd change your haircut, though.
I like my hair
I said
waves.
the same thing.
Dan goes, I like your hair.
Thank you. And I really love your art style. It really shows that striving for perfection means that you get nothing done.
I got nothing done? Wait.
No,
Honey
no, it's
examines the canvas very
No.
closely. What? But that's not... Okay. But that's a smudge.
These don't look
okay.
like the blurry colors that I was looking at while painting.
What happened to all my strokes? I thought they were...
To be honest, I thought it was a little minimalist myself, but I really like minimalist, so...
Honestly, them
I would
complaining
like
about migraines and him
camera.
seeing hallucinatory art just makes me think of like a gas leak.
The camera pans up to Sam's room where you can see as a painting that's just one dot on a canvas.
And then next
His
to
whole-
it is
His
like...
whole apartment is just barren. It's just empty.
This is only painting. It's sitting on the ground.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sitting on the corner. It's propped up in a corner, and he's got like a chair, a lamp, and like a dining room table.
He ponders it
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's very nice.
So much meaning in such little
Yes,
work.
this dot here represents that we are all just a speck in the giant canvas of the universe.
Yeah, I wouldn't read too
Yeah,
far.
you
into
earned that
it.
art. Pretty much.
Alright, so that's all.
Well,
Those
We're-
gears are turning.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Anyways.
we have a.
The-
I apologize for our early leave here, but we have a sick friend that we need to go to attend to.
Oh, I hope they get better soon. You guys have a lovely
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah,
I think I leave-
we gave him the medicinal moss stuff.
Oh,
I
the
think-
sludge from
Yeah.
what the rats do, yeah?
Yeah, we gave him sludge.
Gave him
He-
silver sludge
Yep.
to make him
I
better.
think
We
Ronnie's
definitely
heading back
gave
to
him
the
sludge.
house.
We did do that.
I think when you say it like that, it sounds bad.
It
I
does.
think Ronnie is heading back to the house, and he's got Fern over his shoulder and Moss following him. So I took care of that. I brought the drunk guy back.
Ah, come on. One more round, Ronnie. Just one more round. One more round.
I don't know that you stopped drinking since last night. So
I
passed out
took
in the
a
bar
break.
for 4
I
hours.
took a break to sleep
How
in
long did you sleep?
in the booth for like. Time is an illusion, so I stopped taking care. I stopped thinking about.
Man, this
about it.
isn't. This isn't what the good burger wants.
It's not.
No, he doesn't want you to. It doesn't want you to drink yourself silly over a girl.
It does, but it wants it to be Mountain Dew and not liquor.
Yeah. The thing is,
Yeah. It should be sugar crashes
Yeah.
instead of hangovers.
yeah.
You want to suffer from diabetes in the long term and not liver failure.
Ah, shit. Just knock things over on my desk. Ah. Oh, okay.
I understand.
Okay. But it doesn't, like,
All right.
prohibit it altogether, right?
No.
Okay, Good.
No.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good. Oh, put me down, please put me down.
Are you going to run immediately back to the bar if I put you
No,
down?
I just don't want Roseanne seeing me be carried.
Would you like to carry me instead?
I don't think I can. I think just me carrying myself would be sufficient.
I'll tell you what, if we see Roseanne, we'll do an
She's
impromptu
over
arm
there!
wrestle, and I'll let you... I drop him down to the ground, and I get in position for an arm wrestle. I lay on the ground and get in position for an arm wrestle.
Dip, what are you doing? I just didn't want to be carried.
You know what an arm wrestle... Hold on, do you know what an arm wrestle is?
I don't want to lose.
I'm gonna let you win.
Okay, yeah.
Look at you.
I'm
you're
gonna. Okay, strong man thing. I will face you in an arm wrestling match here on the sidewalk. Cause I'm a strong and capable man who can do that. And he gets down, and he gets in a position. Face me with all you got, villain!
So I think I don't try to move my arm at all, but I just have so much muscle mass that even though I'm not trying to hold him, he just doesn't. And then
A clash of the titans!
I guess, can I do like a cutting check to very slowly and believably?
Do that. Go ahead and give me a
That might
cunning
be
check.
finesse.
I love
I like cunning. I like cunning for this personally.
Okay.
I like how much of a goddamn dork he is. He's just like, yoinks! And away!
Yes. Well,
We are so incredibly evenly matched.
Fred's the poet, so.
He wanted to be strong.
Taste defeat, and he slams your hand down finally to the ground. Ha ha! And the arm that he used kind of flops over to his side, impotent. I've bested you in this game of manliness. Truly,
So you have.
I am the manliest rat
I am vanquished.
in the city.
Oh, how I've been defeated by your
Okay, she's
your
gone.
strength.
She
you.
left.
I
I don't know when, but she's no
Yep,
longer
hold on.
where she was.
I don't think she was there for the actual arm wrestle.
I think she.
You know what? Hey, we're gonna do some upper body training later, but that's a problem
Ooh.
for later.
I almost
Because
fell
that
over.
was the saddest thing I've ever seen, my guy. Let me be real with you. It's what friends are for, and I'm just gonna shoot straight with you.
Okay,
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
so we're friends.
I
I have more
I
friends
really
now.
hesitate.
That's really cool.
You know what?
Hey, Moss, did
You
you
know
know I
what,
have
friend?
more
That's more
friends now?
important. That's very important. That's more important than finding a relationship with Roseanne. It's making friends. Little dating advice from old me.
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
Old lady advice.
Listen here, you son of a... Nothing is more important than getting
with
with
one
Roseanne.
finger, I slide him back on the pavement.
You push he's still doing this and he's getting forward to you, but he's pushing just like that. He's like, listen here, you son of a bitch. There's nothing more important to me than getting with Roseanne, and he's walking forward but still moving backwards like a Looney Tune.
Alright. Okay. Friend, if you're gonna get in my face, I'm begging you to have a mint first.
What's a mint?
It's something that will help cover up the scent of gingivitis.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. It's a bacterial infection.
Okay.
Nasty case of halitosis.
Fine.
Fucking, are we home yet? Did this whole
Yeah,
parade
you guys make
us
it back to
home?
the rat's house, and there is an earthy yet kind of nutty and savory scent wafting
I
through the
immediately
windows.
assume that he's awake, and I don't even take time to unlock the door.
Chewie, what do we got for him?
I mean,
I'll
The
fix
easiest-
that later.
the easiest way to mix ingredients together and see if they taste good is a soup. So, and like he was already
Soup!
making it in his dream. So there's just a butt ton of soup, but like in a couple of different flavors with like different mixes of things.
That smells so good.
I guess
Uh.
Chewie's awake.
I'm gonna run in, hug Chewie, and pick him up off the ground, like give him a squint, like, my boy! I thought you were gonna die.
Watch the stove!
Oh no!
I got it. Reed swoops in from nowhere.
Hey, thank you, Reed. I appreciate that. I was so worried about
Hey,
you.
think you read.
Reed is wearing an apron that says "Kiss the Rat."
Oh, is he usually the cook?
Is that a legal requirement?
Ronnie closes his eyes and leans in.
He pushes you back with a spoon.
Alright, fair enough. As we've established, I'm attracted to... I didn't establish that. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Have you seen
Don't worry
Vicus
about
lately?
Ficus? I think. Oh, Ficus might still be.
I think Vicus is dead.
Oh, Ficus likes to pull all-nighters at the mushroom place.
There's a mushroom place?
The bioluminescent mushrooms grow.
I gotta let my actual interest not flood into Ronnie's. Hold on.
Uh,
Interesting.
Ruby and Sam, you guys make it back.
Smells like soup.
Guess Chewie's awake.
Food! Come eat. I made way too much. I don't know how many people live here.
Serving it up in bottle caps.
Well,
Give me a meal for
there's,
30 just to be
um,
safe.
There's 5 rats. And then
There's 5 rats
the
and 4 of us.
us. Yeah. So
Oh, Ficus
I
does
said
make it
5,
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ficus does
good.
make it home, so it's Moss, Mold, Ficus, Reed, and Fern, with Chewie, Sam, Ronnie, and Ruby, all around the kitchen and the living room, getting served ladles and ladles of insect, egg, and larva soup, with little green flecks of moss as garnish. Not the rat, but like the food item that in this fictional world, and also not the player.
Yeah,
yes.
you did this to yourself.
I did do that. I did that to me. And it's a very happy and very warm and happy tableau, and everyone's smiling and laughing, recounting the events of their day. And that is where we're gonna end tonight's episode as we transition into housekeeping.
You know, it's gonna be really funny if I can't be here next week.
Hey, Chewie, can you pass me
know.
one of those ants?
And he passes over. He passes out again. Ah, shit, he needs more sludge. Good thing I got half a barrel. Good thing I got an excessive...
Ronnie's just like, are you sure you're feeling all right? I think you need more.
Eat your
He's
ants!
unconscious.
Eat your ants! They're good for you. Anyway, who
Eat the ants
has
'cause they're
got
protein.
who's got a advancement they'd like to pitch, whether it be from the book or something homebrewed that we can work on together based off of the events that have happened today?
Well, my drives, by the way, in case anyone's wondering, are now justice and principles. And I think, in my defense, I think trying to save Moss would be acting on my principles.
Yes.
Thank you.
You did not go and just sacrifice Moss to the Slime Baron, and that was very principled of you.
Thank you. I'm going to take a new ability for my own class, because I took a huge step back in advancement to reclass.
Word. What's up?
I have a suggestion.
What's going on?
Did I... words. Did I increase my reputation with the ants? Or with...
Absolutely.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
My ambitious
You-
boy.
You
Aha.
go ahead and you know what? Go ahead and take a +2 in prestige with the ants, but not the Slime Baron.
Just the ants, yes.
Just the ants. The ants are good for the ants are good as a communication network. Not a
You said. Sorry, you said 1 point?
So in total you would get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ticks in prestige, leading to a +2 in prestige.
Oh.
So a +2 with your rolls that regard the ants doing things for you.
Okay.
Is
Ants-
it like a tick for each dozen ants that you serve?
Yes, actually.
That's the exact equation. How'd you know?
Yes.
It's funny too, because
When
like
I
didn't actually like,
ants.
I didn't have a plan for why I wanted to do this or what like the consequences would be, but Gun and I were like plotting about me feeding the ants.
Yeah.
So
And this is what
Sounds good.
spawned from that. You
So
have
good.
you get +2 ongoing whenever you ask the ants to deliver a message or an item, because ants can carry up to 10 times their body weight. So the ants could deliver things for you or deliver messages by writing out, an animal scratch words that can be comprehended by other animals. Whether or not the animals will not just eat the messengers is something that I'll have to roll the receiver of the message for.
understandable.
Thank you for signing up for the Patreon there, Noodle.
Hey, I realized that I was not currently signed up.
I've just got the notification for that. It's
You're
brilliant.
welcome. I realized I wasn't signed up.
Anyone else got an advancement?
Technically, I do, but I'm working on whether I want, what I actually want to do with it. Because I'm assuming that discovery was a portion of this.
Oh yeah, you
advanced
discovered
your-
the moles.
Yeah, advance when you encounter a new wonder or a ruin in the forests is what it specifically says in the rulebook. But I would say that the mole's giving me a discovery about information on the tunnel and potentially where it's located. So, yeah, I just got to figure out what I want to take as an advancement. Working on it.
Yeah.
And I didn't deal with any tyrants or escape death.
Not this
So I've got
time.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Unless you consider it like antagonizing a tyrannical figure to go around the barricade, because obviously it was there for a reason.
Nah.
Okay.
Once you gotta take direct action against the slime baron.
Okay.
For that to apply. This is kind of indirect usurping his will. Kind of. It's just not it's not direct enough for me to satisfyingly give it to you.
Okay.
I think I have one from the Adventurer's playbook.
Okay.
I just want to clarify there you can't go past +3 on a stat.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You really can't.
You can't go +2 without a skill that brings you to +3. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, I see stuff that says take max +3 on a lot of things. I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
There's a skill called Fast Friends that when I tried to befriend an NPC that I just met by matching their personality, body language, and desires, I can mark exhaustion and roll with cunning, and on a hit they look favorably upon me, and I can ask them a non-compromising question and they'll answer truthfully. Or I can request a simple favor and they'll do it for me.
I just got a flash of Sam Morgan infiltrating a high school, passing as a teenager.
Yep.
Hello, fellow
Hello.
youths.
Hello, fellow children.
What's crack-a-lackin', my fellow teens? Could I get a brewski beer? Does anyone
Hello.
have any of that
Hello, kids.
sticky icky?
Does anybody have any cannabis cigarettes? I'm itching to get high.
Is anyone else a friend of Mary Jane?
Who
It's
around here can
420
direct me?
somewhere.
Who around here can direct me into a cellar of various drugs and drug paraphernalia? I am just scratching
drug
for
accessories.
drug and drug accessories.
Where do you fellow youths go to spray paint things? I have a creative itch I need to scratch. So go ahead. Listen. Go ahead and take that. That sounds delightful.
too funny.
That sounds
It's too
delightful.
funny.
I love that.
Basically, I just get to make friends with your characters,
Oh,
and I
sure.
get to ask them. I get to use that to my advantage.
Brilliant.
So,
Yeah.
it's very similar.
And-
I saw it, and I thought about how this entire evening went. And I was
Oh
like,
yes.
yeah, it's just him sitting there with the Molsons, which, by the way, is a beer.
I knew.
That's all I
Do
can
you
think
also
of.
know
Is
that
it
one
now?
was Bad Bud?
I had
it's
no
a
idea. I
Canadian
was
beer.
like, I
think-
have too many characters whose last name is just their species.
Is
So
it-
in the
but they're
moment,
like-
I was like, their last name is Molson. Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
Canadian?
Do you know that also
Maybe.
because of
Molson Canadian. Molson Canadian's
Well,
the beer.
the dad certainly sounds like a Canuck. So
He's
Yeah.
it's a Midwest accent that he's putting
is
on.
it Midwest? Okay.
Yep.
Honestly, I was just doing a
Oh,
bad.
yeah, don't-
I was doing. Honest to God, I was doing a bad Ned Flanders.
Yep, but it's a very Midwestern, like middle of America accent, and they say things like "Don't you know?" and like,
Yeah,
Don't
which
you know?
coincides
it's a-
with Canuck too, because
"Why
I
don't you
think
guys
of-
come over to my place? I'm making tacos."
Tacos.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
your
like, it-
tacos here.
If you think of a Wisconsin accent, it's
Yep.
fairly close to Canuck.
Wisconsin is considered Midwest.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
The U.S. is so weird.
The U.S. is huge.
I know, and
Fuck you,
for
Shorzy.
Canada, it's a bit more simple for Canada because you have like a two straight lines across.
Okay.
You've got like all of the provinces on the bottom, and then you got the three territories on the top.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have every major biome exists in the
Yes,
United
yes.
States.
All the biomes.
Yeah.
We
Anyhow,
don't. We kind of have like a
you guys don't have a
Yeah.
Florida. I know that much.
no. We don't have tropical.
Okay.
We have
we do
like, subtropical?
need to do fan art poll or
Yes.
art poll. I am yes a fan, but it's not technically fan art because I
Yeah.
create the show.
I think it counts.
I am a
so
fan
I
of
would
you
like to carry on with the old Chani ship, and I would like a picture of Ronnie hugging Chewie.
Ronnie
Not a lot
hugging
happened in this
Chewie.
episode. Chewie.
Why am
The
I in
old
all
Chani
caps?
ship.
Ronnie hugging Chewie.
Got to keep the bit going.
Delicious.
It's great.
Not a lot happened this episode, so I got to keep the bit going somehow.
All right, who's next?
Tradition dictates that I go last.
Mm.
That's right, suckers. I took the
Tradition.
first one.
Hey.
Y'all, you
Um,
just have to be creative on the fly.
I already have an idea, but I'm waiting.
Yeah, my other ones, oh, like, could be ones that you guys choose. I don't
We'll
wanna,
choose them before they get the chance.
Yeah, that's your opportunity.
Well,
to
I
take
don't
them.
want to take the choice
Do
away
it!
from
Do
you.
it!
Take it! Take
Take
it!
it!
Take it! Do
Snatch it! Grab it in your hands!
pressure,
Yours is
pressure.
the drill that will pierce the
pressure.
heavens!
Peer pressure.
Okay, well, I like that scene at the bar where Ronnie shows him, where Ronnie takes Moss and he looks at the piece of paper. No, I've got the right one.
Ronnie's death note, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I
got
want
the-
that.
Yes, Death Note. I love that.
I want that intense art session.
Oh, you mean Dan's art?
Yeah,
I'm gonna write
like
Dan's.
him just staring at like a blank canvas as if he's looking at his own art, like
So it's gonna
scrutinizing it.
Dan's.
That was one of my ideas, where it was just going to be from behind, so you can see like this landscape, but the picture in front of it's just a blank square, and he just is like,
Yeah.
seeing-
I'm not that great at landscapes, thanks. So it's gonna be Dan's quote art. End quote. What you got for me? What you got for me, James?
So that was idea number one for me, which is unfortunate, but also fortunate because it means it gets to go up there.
Hey.
But the second one I had was Chewy cooking mama.
Chewy cooking mama.
You guys didn't take the other two ideas that I had.
Ah.
See? You just gotta jump on them. You throw them out
Yeah,
there.
I thought about
I
before
couldn't
hugging.
choose one, and they're all
Before
good.
hugging, before Ronnie hugging Chewie, I was gonna do Moss getting punched in the stomach or the arm wrestle, but
I like the we're moles bit, and then Chewie making the order of sugar for the ants.
Yeah, the order of sugar.
Yee.
Just sugar, sugar,
Yeah.
sugar,
Sugar.
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 sugar,
Sweet.
sweet.
Okay. So if you like what we do, consider joining the Patreon like Noodle did earlier this stream.
Yeah,
we
and I
are
don't even have to.
we are winding down. We are on our way to the end of this campaign, and after this campaign is done, the official Daddy's Dungeon rebrand will take place, where we will rebrand from Daddy's Dungeon to the Cosmic Library. Now, what the hell does that mean? Well, that means if you sign up at the Patreon level that exists, which is the $5 level, you will have the chance to, and Noodle, did you know, because you paid me $5, and is a Patreon member, you can get your very own Cosmic Library card, which will be uniquely numbered and has a space for either a picture or a piece of art that you can put there yourself or have me draw for you.
You know, I had a suspicion, but I didn't know if I qualified.
You could listen, you would be the first one to get back to me and tell me whether or not you actually would like that and how you would want that to be done. So if you do sign up, you get a Cosmic Library card PNG that is uniquely numbered and has a space for your picture, and I can draw that for you. You could have me draw your OC or you, and I can put that in there for you. It's all up to you. When the rebrand finally happens, I will be releasing monthly video podcasts called Cosmic Book Club, where we talk about our favorite aspects of TTRPGs as a hobby and our favorite tropes in fiction, in media, and all that, and how to better implement those fiction tropes into your sessions, along with questions about the hobby that we answer as well. Noodle is gonna be one of the first episodes, probably one of the free episodes that I released to gain interest and all that, so look forward to that as well. To vote for the Patreon art for this week, go to my Twitter/X at G00N_DADDY. And to vote for this week's Patreon art, the poll will drop on Twitter/X sometime after this video stops premiering on YouTube. Hopefully I don't get too distracted at work and I can, do the poll like immediately after and not at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon when I remember, oh shit, I have stuff to do for this very near and dear hobby that I do, that I want to make my job. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you want to vote for what Patreon art gets made. And to see the Patreon art, again, sign up for the Patreon. It's only $5. $5 a month is the only tier that I ever plan to have existing forever to the end of time. And you, like I said, all that cool post-rebrand stuff will be yours once that happens if you sign up at that level. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, have been your garbage man, Goon Daddy. Playing the Dreamer, Chef Chewy Raccoon has been Cridrick.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Playing mole investigator extraordinaire Ruby Possum has been Moss Creature.
I was looking for a way to get rid of that hand without, just tossing it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't have any bonuses anymore. But it was still kind of fun, but this is useful.
Playing unexpected executioner Ronnie Possum has been the Noodle Doodler.
Remember, kids, the revolution starts today.
It starts today.
And it starts with you. This become a PSA.
The more you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Sorry. And playing Mole Detective number Number Sam, Detective Sam Morrigan has been video James.
Did you guys know that they were moles?
Thank you guys so much for
They're in the
watching
walls.
Trash Chronicles. They're in the walls,
They're in the goddamn walls!
and you're all trash. Thank you guys so much.
Sweet, 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 sweet.